All right. All right, I'm on live now. This morning, had to do this thing late. Not late. I had to do this thing earlier this morning. Last Monday, I had to do a live show. Uh, based on the People magazine. Based on based on this woman. Based on this woman. You know what I mean? Yep. The daughter of Priscilla Presley and the late Elvis Aaron Presley. Lisa Marie Presley. She was an American singer and a songwriter in her own right. She was the only child of singer and actor Elvis Presley, Elvis Aaron Presley. That is, well, and actress who was still living and alive, his widow, Priscilla Presley. That's Priscilla Presley, his widow and former wife of Elvis, as well as the soul HEIR, like hair to what's it say? HEIR, hair or ear, to her father's estate, and her grandfather and her great grandmother who have died. I'm talking about Lisa Marie's family, her granddaddy and her great grandmama. They're no longer with her. So her musical career consisted to three studio albums, the three albums in the studio that she had done. The 2003 album, To Whom It May Concern. Hold on, let's turn on this light. It's getting too dark. To Whom It May Concern. The 2003 album, the 2005 album, Now What? The 2012 album, Storm and Grace. To Whom It May Concern, being certified gold by the Recording Industry Association of America. Presley also released 9 album singles, including duets with her late father, Elvis Aaron Presley, using tracks he had released before he had died in 1977. Presley was born on February 1st, 1968, the only daughter of Elvis and Priscilla Presley at Baptist Memorial Hospital in Memphis, Tennessee. Well, they call it Baptist Memorial Hospital, Memphis. It used to be, it was like built in the 70s. It became the flagship of Baptist Memorial Healthcare. 9 months to the day after her parents' wedding, after the wedding of her parents had tied the knot. Uh, After her parents divorced, she lived with her mother, Priscilla, in LA and had frequent stays with her father in Graceland, at Graceland in Memphis. Well, Elvis is from Mississippi. You never even know why. Uh, uh, okay, Presley's parents Presley's parents divorced when she was 4. When her father Elvis died in 1977, in August of 1977, 9-year-old Presley became joint heir to his estate, with her 61-year old grandfather, Vernon Presley, who happened to be Elvis Presley's father. He's deceased. And Vernon's 87-year-old mother, Vernon's mother, who was like 87 years old, Minnie Mae Presley, you know, something happened to her. She might be deceased too. Um, Nehood, Nehood through Minnie Mae. Lisa Marie was a descendant to the Harrison family of Virginia. Upon the deaths of her grandfather in 1979 and her great grandmother in 1980. Her great grandmother in 1980. The two people were Vernon Presley and Minnie Mae Presley. So she became Elvis's sole HEIR on her 25th birthday in 1993. I think this was after she gave birth to Riley. This is before Lisa and Danny split up in '94. She inherited the estate, which had grown to an estimated $100 million. Presley sold 85%. Presley sold 85% of her father's estate in 2004. In the late '70s, a year or two after her father's passing, his death periodically, especially that part. Let me rephrase this. In the late 1970s, a year or two after her father's death, she attended her first rock concert when she saw a Queen at the Forum in Inglewood, California. Yeah, in Inglewood, California. She gave Freddie Mercury, the late Freddie Mercury, a scarf. Let me go type the name. Let me go this name. Yeah, the late Freddie Mercury, Farouk Bulsara. That man's been dead since late 1991. Yes, she gave Freddie Mercury a scarf of her father's after the show, and she expressed she expressed that the love she had for you know of the theatrics. Shortly after Elvis's untimely death, Priscilla began dating Michael Edwards. Michael Edwards, oh great, the actor. This guy. You talk about Michael Edwards, that guy. Oh, the guy who played is John Connor in Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Yeah, shortly after Elvis's death, Priscilla Presley began dating the actor of the term from the Terminator 2 movie, Michael Edwards. The Terminator 2 actor Michael David Edwards. Lisa Marie reportedly was reportedly sexually abused by Edwards when she was a teenager. In an interview with Playboy magazine in 2003, Presley said Edwards would enter her room intoxicated and was inappropriate with her. Presley made a video called "Don't Cry, Daddy." Lisa made a video that's called "Don't Cry, Daddy," a posthumous duet with her dad in '97. This video was presented on August 16th, 1997, at a tribute concert that marked the 20th anniversary of the death of the king of rock and roll. The video contains Elvis's original vocal to which new instrumentation and Lisa Marie's vocals were already added. Okay, we're going to 2003, 2005. This is her career, like 20 years later. To whom it may concern. Presley released her debut album on April 8th, 2003. It's called To Whom It May Concern. It reached the number 5 on the Billboard 200 albums chart and was certified gold in June of that year. Presley wrote all the lyrics except The Road Between, which was co-written by Gus Black, whose real name is Anthony, what's his name? His real name is Anthony Penaloza, and co-wrote every melody to promote it. She presented a concert in the United Kingdom. The album's first single, "Lights Out," reached number 18 on the Billboard Hot Adult Top 40 chart, and number 16 on the UK charts. Presley collaborated. Oh yeah, oh the guy from the Smashing Pumpkins, who now owned National Wrestling Alliance, William Patrick Corgan, who was an American musician, singer, songwriter, and professional wrestling promoter. He is best known as the lead singer, primary songwriter, guitarist, and only permanent member of the rock band The Smashing Pumpkins. And he's currently the owner of the National Wrestling Alliance uh company, wrestling company. Yeah, Presley collaborated with uh with with uh with singer and songwriter uh and who's now later professional wrestling uh business owner, Billy Corgan. Yeah. Why would you want to write? Why you want to collaborate with a guy who's in the Smashing Pumpkins rock band, and he's he's a professional wrestling promoter. Let me see this. Let me see what Lisa is doing. She collaborated with Billy Corgan for a co-written track called "Savior," which was included as the B side, and nobody else even knew that. But she had talked about her how she became a promoter in National Wrestling Alliance. In the 2010s, she never talked about it. Here's in the review. See, let me explain this. In Billy Corgan's review for the album, Los Angeles Times critic Robert Hilburn, that's the name, Robert Hilburn, he had wrote this. It had a stark, uncompromising tone, and that Presley's gutsy blues edged voice has that distinctive flair. Pat Benatar, the singer, and Presley performed at the VH1 Divas duets, a concert benefit. The VH1 Save the Music Foundation, held at the MGM Grand Garden Arena on May 22nd of that year in Las Vegas, Nevada. Together, they sang Benatar's hit "Heartbreaker," which Presley frequently performed at her own concerts on tours afterwards. Also, 2003, Presley contributed a recording of Silent Night. Silent Night, which was like a Christmas carol that's been proposed in the 1810s. It been composed in it. What's this song? Silent Night. Why do you do a recording of a Christmas carol that's been out since the 1810s? By a man named Franz Saber or Franz Xavier Gruber. For the NBC Holiday Collection, Sounds of the Season. We gotta go to 2005, 2012. It started with the Now What and their further singles. This is Lisa Marie Presley in 2006. Album number two. Uh, that's the second album that Lisa Marie Presley had recorded. Now What was released on April 5th, 2005, and reached number nine. Number nine on the Billboard 200 albums chart. Uh, Presley had co-wrote 10 songs and recorded covers of Don Henley's "Dirty Laundry." That album that came from the album that was like 41 years old. It's called "I Can't Stand Still." That came from an album that's sold 41 years old. That sold 41 years ago. The album, the album's first single from the album which hit number 36 on the Billboard 100 AC singles chart. And the Ramones, they're like American punk rock band that formed in the East Coast, the Forest Hills, in the NYC neighborhood of Forest Hills, Queens. That's far away from Jamaica and Hollis. You know what I mean? Here today and gone tomorrow. That's a word. That's a song that came out. Uh, Here today and gone tomorrow. The song "Idiot" is a jab towards different men in her life. Yeah, different men in her life. It came from Danny Keough uh, to Michael Jackson, who was later deceased in '09. Uh, all the way to like Nicolas Cage, who was Francis Coppola's nephew, who was nephew of Francis Coppola, uh, who was a filmmaker. And Michael Lockwood, not Crash Holly, Michael Lockwood, her ex-husband, her ex-husband. Yep. Unlike album number one, Now What included a parental advisory sticker. Presley covered Blue Oyster's Cult. Uh, has a song that Blue Oyster Cult had already done. It's called "Burning for You." It's called "Burning for You." That's from Blue Oyster Cult. As a B-side, Alicia Beth Moore Hart, aka Pink, made a guest appearance. Made a guest appearance on the track "Shine." The video for "Dirty Laundry" was directed by Patrick Hulk, who was an American filmmaker and photographer who was based in the West Coast, in the East Coast. And George Michael. George Michael made a cameo appearance to it. Too Tough to Die, a tribute to Johnny Ramone, a documentary about Johnny Ramone. Yep, the late Johnny Ramone, John Cummings. Yeah, he been dead since September 15th of '04, 2004. Yep, a documentary about Johnny Ramone, born John Cummings, of the rock group the Ramones. The Ramones that have to be uh who I said already was a American punk rock band that formed in the East Coast. Uh, that documentary was released in 2006. It was released. It was out in 2006 after Ramon had passed away in 2004. It was directed by Mandy Stein, and she is Seymour and Linda. She was Linda and Seymour Stein's daughter, and she's an American film producer. She's a film producer and director, and she's related to her parents, Seymour and Linda. That's Mandy Stein. The film shows the film shows Deborah Harry, yeah, from Blondie, the Dickies. That was a band, a punk band that's a punk rock band that's been formed in the West Coast in the late '70s. X, a punk rock group, a punk rock band that's been formed in the West Coast. Uh, Eddie Vedder, yep, from Pearl Jam. Yeah, Eddie Jerome Vedder from Pearl Jam. Presley and the Red Hot Chili Peppers as they stage a benefit concert for the Ramones to celebrate the Ramones' 30th anniversary and raise money for cancer research. Presley appeared in the music video for Johnny Cash's God's Gonna Cut You Down in 2006. Rick Rubin, the guy who's a co-founder of Def Jam and ex-president of Columbia Records, produced the record, and Tony Kaye directed the video, which that featured multiple celebrities and won a 2008 Grammy Award for the best short form music video. The single "In the Ghetto," that's where the single came from. "In the Ghetto." That song came from, I think Mac Davis written the song for I think Mac Davis written the song for Elvis back in the '60s. When Lisa was like nearly about 1 year old, but it got released. It was released in August of 2007. Elvis Presley had originally a religion. And what does Elvis do? Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, R.I.P., had originally released a single back in 1969. In the new version of it, Lisa duets with him in the video. The video had simultaneously released with the single reached number one on the iTunes sales and number 16 on the Billboard's bubbling under Hot 100 Singles chart. The song was recorded to commemorate the 30th anniversary of her father's death. Presley said she decided not to sing, but to sing with him. I wanted to use something good, she told Spinner. I want to use this for something good, for something good. She told Spinner magazine. She told Spinner magazine. Well, not Spinner. Spinner was like an entertainment service that was from the West Coast. That was from the West Coast. So proceeds from the single. What does she mean? I wanted to use this for something good. The proceeds from the single benefited a new Presley Place transitional housing campus in this great city of New Orleans, right here. That was in this look at this shit. Look at this place. I never seen a Presley Place transitional housing complex. When did a Presley Place transitional housing campus uh be located down here? If it was located down here, I don't even know why. It's located down here in the city, down here in the city. Uh, Presley had appeared on the Oprah Winfrey show. That was been off the air from the 80s to the 2010s. You know what I mean? To perform that song that she had done with the choir, the Harlem Gospel Choir that's been around in New York. That's been that's this a whole this a Harlem Gospel Choir that's became an American gospel choir that was based in the East Coast, especially in Harlem, New York. It could be one of this country's most prominent gospel choirs in America. Using vintage footage of her father, Elvis, Presley joined Richard Hawley, who was a singer who's been performing Britpop, for a Britpop band called the Long Pigs. That was an early 1990s uh, British pop band that later broke up in the 2000s. Richard Hawley, Presley joined him on stage. Richard Hawley, Richard Hawley. She joined this man. She had joined this man on stage. Why would she do that? In London, uh, England, in October of '09. She sang the vocals. She sang those vocals on a song the pair had been working on called Weary. Hawley wanted to help Presley launch her music career, and the two embarking on on songwriting partnership in which that she had wrote the lyrics. And Richard Hawley, the music, the interview with Oprah Winfrey, Oprah Gail Winfrey, yeah, Oprah Gail Winfrey, who was always been referred anonymously as a talk show that she had hosted from the 80s to the 2010s. Presley ain't playing around. Presley ain't fucking around. Lisa Marie Presley, Elvis's only child, ain't fucking around. She ain't fucking around, man. She wanted to get to the bottom of what she was going to tell what she's gonna do, what she's going to say, that she was gonna currently record a new album in the UK, which was due to be released in 2011, but waited till 2012 to get it done. But that album came out 2011. That was in London. Uh, 2012 2018 time period. Storm and Grace. Her third album was released on May 15th 2012, which said that, what did she say? What did Lisa say in advance? It's much more of a rootsy record, organic record than my previous work. It is produced by Oscar and Grammy winner T-Bone Burnett. He's a producer, guitarist, and songwriter. All Music described the album as a stronger, more mature, and more effective work than one might have expected, and noted Presley Presley was is finally developing a musical personality that truly suits her, that's truly going to suit her in that way. Spinner.com website described it as the strongest album. That's what it called. Let's really say the strongest album of her career. And Entertainment Weekly magazine. This one had Elvis Presley on the cover, but it wasn't. It's just some. Oh, it's just, I don't know who it was. It wasn't Elvis Presley. It wasn't Elvis Presley on. Oh, the Mix Masters. They got the Mix Masters. They got the they got the oh they got the Mix Masters on the they got the Mix Masters. Oh, I got the Mix Masters on the cover. Okay. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. And Weekly, Entertainment Weekly had praised the smoky, spooky single "You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet." T-Bone Burnett said of collaborating with Lisa Marie Presley on the Storm and Grace album number 3. Yeah, they're about to collaborate with each other on this on album number 3. I did not even know this album number 3 of Storm and Grace. When the songs from Lisa Marie Presley showed up at my door, I was curious. I wondered what the daughter of an American revolutionary music artist had to say. What I heard was honest, raw, unaffected, and soulful. I thought her father would be proud of her. The more I listened to the songs, the deeper an artist I found her to be. Listening beyond the media static, Lisa Marie Presley is a Southern American folk music artist. A Southern American folk music artist of great value. In 2018, Presley was featured on the title track on the compilation where No One Stands Alone, a collection of of uh, of her father's gospel songs that he had wrote and done. The song was reworked They reworked the song into a duet between Presley and her father. A music video for the song was released in which Presley is incorporated into scenes of her and her father. The charity work and humanitarian efforts. The EPCF was formed by Graceland slash Elvis Presley Enterprises, Incorporated in 1984 to continue Elvis's own tradition of generosity and community service and to honor his memory. The EPCF was overseen by the late Lisa Marie Presley, chairperson and the management team of Graceland Elvis Presley Enterprises Incorporated in 2001. Presley Place opened to its first residents. Presley Place provides homeless families up to 1 year of rent-free housing, child daycare, career and financial counseling, family management guidance, and other tools to help them break the cycle of poverty and regain self-esteem and independence. And it's also funded by the EPCF is the Elvis Presley Music Room, where youngsters of Presley Place and others enjoy access to musical instruments and instruction and participate in special related programs like this. Let me tell you, in special related programs, the EPCF created by the Elvis Presley Endowed Scholarship Fund at the College of Communication and Fine Arts at the University of Memphis. The University of Memphis. Yeah, that's where it is in Tennessee, Memphis. It says the University of Memphis. That's what it says, University of Memphis. I just said it right. I don't even know what to say. Assist students majoring in areas for the arts. All of us, with the EPCF, the Elvis Presley Enterprises, are extremely proud. What's this? I say it right. Are extremely proud of this amazing facility, stated Presley. The work that MIFA does truly has an impact on people's lives. And we look forward to this collaboration. That was like the Metropolitan Interfaith Association. That's Memphis based. Yeah, that's what it says. It does truly has an impact on people's lives, and we look forward to this collaboration. Presley joined Oprah Winfrey and her Angel Network, and was active in the relief efforts after Hurricane Katrina devastated the city of New Orleans. Yeah, that's after Hurricane Katrina devastated this entire city. And that's called New Orleans in the state of Louisiana and surrounding areas around the city. Presley Presley gave a helping hand in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm here, she said, because I definitely needed to do something. That's what she says. Because I definitely needed to do something. And it just so happens this is where I'm from. This is where I'm from. I'm going to do everything I can. People need help. This is a huge catastrophe. It's a huge catastrophe, and everyone needs to stand up. Her first stop was a food bank. where with the help of Federal Express, as FedEx used to be Federal Express Corporation. Well, it's FedEx, it's Federal Express. So, and Kroger, the Kroger company, Presley. Presley had loaded a truck with the groceries. Then then it was time. It was time for a pit stop at Target. I went to the Target store in Metairie like 3 years ago. 3 years ago, did my shopping. I went and got myself a an Amazon Echo Show from there for the toiletries, and clothes. I thought I was going to grab a couple of things at the store. Presley have said, and I ended up filling up a truck. I went a little crazy. Presley's final destination. That's what Presley does. This is her final destination was the Grand Casino Convention Center in Mississippi to distribute to distribute the supplies to the people who had lost everything, who had lost everything else in the hurricane. Way back we said, I really appreciate everything Miss Presley is doing for us. We have nothing. We have nothing. Nothing. We have nothing. So we're very grateful for everything else that she's doing for us. In 2011, she became a patron of the Dream Factory, a charity based in Hainault, London. She was one of the celebrity guests at the snowball held at the Prince Regent in Chigwell in the aid of the Dream Factory Arena. Wayward Stone, Sid Owen, who are both patrons of the charity, and Amanda Redman were also among guests at the star-studded event, which raised $59,000. That's which was raised $59,000. That's what it says. $59,000 towards granting the wishes of the terminally ill children, the young terminally ill children, and those with the life-threatening illnesses or disabilities. Organizer Abel Mills said, "That's the name, Abel Mills. That's what her name is. A V I. What's it? Let me spell. Avril. Abel Mills. She said, we have granted 83 dreams under the 3 years. So the money is going to go towards a lot more dreams. It costs between $500 and $5,000 for a dream. Lisa Marie Presley was very nice, and she now wants to become a patron of the charity. We talked about the charity, and she brought a big framed picture of her father Elvis, which that she got flown over for the Dream Factory from Graceland, and that raised $5,000. The Grammy Foundation. She was involved in the Grammys Foundation. That's what she was involved with the Grammys Foundation, Gold Grammy Signature Schools program, the GGSS, which recognizes the top U.S. public high schools that are making an outstanding commitment to music education during an academic school year. On October 22nd, 2005, she had presented a special award to Isaac Hayes, who had passed away, who had later passed away, at the Memphis Recording Academy Honors. A host of hometown stars gathered to see Presley. Justin Timberlake, Isaac Hayes, and David Porter, honored by the Memphis chapter. What's they say? Let me rephrase. The Memphis chapter of the Recording Academy. Presley and music producer Jimmy Jam presented the award to Hayes. He presented the award to Isaac Hayes on late 2005. That's November 11th of that year. Presley participated in a Grammy soundcheck at Los Angeles' House of Blues uh, venue. It has that. It was a it became an American chain of live music concert events, halls, and restaurants. So House of Blues, Tupac came to House of Blues on what is it, June or July 4th of '96 when he did a show there. Let me blame this at LA's House of Blues, during which she and other industry professionals, or the welcome industry professionals, met with a group of music students to discuss the career opportunities available to them within the music industry. June 24, 2011, she was officially honored by the governor of Tennessee, Bill Haslam. Bill Haslam, William Edward, that's one name, William Edward Haslam, that's the name, Haslam. That's, I'll try the last name, Haslam, Haslam, William Edward Haslam, the governor of the state of Tennessee, who had proclaimed a day of recognition for her charitable efforts. That's where the charity came from. Charitable efforts. 2 days later, she was issued a certificate of a proclamation by the mayor of the city of New Orleans, Mitchell J. Landrieu. Well, this is after Nagin is ousted as mayor. It's after Ray Nagin is ousted as mayor, and he was about to go to prison. In recognition of her dedication and contributions to the city, the proclamation received from the city of Memphis on June 28th of that year stated that Lisa Marie Presley is a humanitarian and philanthropist who continues to focus her efforts on the hometown she knows and loves, Memphis. Through her efforts and time, she has improved homelessness, literacy, and raised funds for the local charities and organizations. She raises awareness for Memphis and continues to set an example of what one person can do when they put their mind to it. Now, therefore, I, A.C. Wharton Jr., the mayor of Memphis, Tennessee, do hereby recognize the lifelong service of this illustrious humanitarian and philanthropist. Now I gotta go deep into her personal life. I gotta go to Lisa's personal life now. In 2005, she allowed a brief look into her personal life, appearing in the TV movie Elvis by the Presleys. Between 2010 and 2016, she lived in a 15th century manor house in Rotherfield, East Sussex, England. 15 miles east of St. Hill Manor, the British headquarters of the Church of Scientology. 2013 interview that with Luka Neskovic for the Huffington Post. She suggested that she could write an autobiography in the future, stating that it's not out of the question. I would like to have my life out there in my own words, rather than speculations. On October 3rd, 1988, Presley married then born then what is it? Then husband. She married Chicago-born musician Danny Keough. Danny Keough. Uh, they had two children, a daughter Riley Keough, born on May 29th of 1989. I'll go to her birthday, you know. I'll do her birthday on May 29th. You know what I mean? I cared about the youngsters. You know what I mean? So I had to do that somehow. Uh, at St. John's Health Center. That's what they named it. That's what they named it at. St. John's Health Center. An actress and model and a son, Benjamin Storm Keough. Yep, born on October 21st, 1992. I might go do his birthday on October 21st. Uh, he's born on October 21st, 1992, died on July 12th, 2020. This was during COVID-19. At Humana Women's, what's it say? Humana Women's Hospital. Humana Women's Hospital is in red. Humana Women's Hospital. That name does not, that page never existed. That page never existed. So Presley obtained a quickie divorce in the Dominican Republic on May 6, 1994. 1994 was like, okay, May 6, 1994, this is where Presley obtained a quickie divorce from Keough. It was in the DR. Benjamin Keough died on July 12th, 2020 at the age of 27 in Calabasas, California. Oh, he committed suicide. God, no. They're saying he committed suicide from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The LA County Medical Examiner's Office listed his death as a suicide. I just said this. May 26th of 94, 20 days after her divorce from Keough, Presley married singer Michael Jackson. Keough's younger brother, Thomas Keough, was an official witness at Presley's wedding to Michael Jackson. They had first met in 1975 when a 7-year-old Presley attended several of his concerts in Las Vegas, Nevada. In Las Vegas, in Vegas. According to a friend of Presley's, their adultship, their adultship began in late 1992 in LA as a child molestation accusations that are against him. Yep, they were against him. Became public. Jackson became independent. Became what? Not independent. Became dependent on Presley for emotional support. Was it emotional support? Is what she said. Emotional support. Okay. She was concerned about his faltering health and his drug addiction. Presley explained, "I believe he didn't do anything wrong. He did not do anything wrong, and that he was wrongly accused. And yes, I started falling for him. I wanted to save him. I felt that I could do it." Shortly afterwards, she tried to persuade Jackson to settle the allegations out of court and go into rehab to recover. He did both of them. He did about both of them. Presley appeared in Jackson's "You Are Not Alone" video in June of '95, directed by Wayne Isham. In January of '96, citing irreconcilable differences, Presley filed for divorce. According to legal papers, Jackson's makeup artist Karen Faye later claimed that Jackson had originally planned to file divorce first and had relented that after Presley begged him not to. The following day, Jackson discovered that Presley had filed for divorce herself. Oh, yep, she filed for divorce herself. In October 2010 interview with Oprah Winfrey, Presley revealed that she and Jackson had attempted to reconcile intermittently, intermittently for 4 years following their divorce, and that she had traveled to different parts of the world to be with him. After Jackson's death in 2009, Presley was reported to have felt shattered. Late 1998, Presley was engaged to John Ozajka. John Ozajka. Oh, she was engaged to this guy? Okay, John Ozajka. Oh yeah, American singer and songwriter who was born in Hawaii. She broke off that engagement after meeting the filmmaker's nephew, Nicolas Cage. Yeah, Nicolas Cage, the son of a filmmaker. Not son of a filmmaker, a nephew of a filmmaker. Uh, at a party. Yep, Presley, her third marriage was to Cage. They were married on August 10th of 2002. I was 20 years old then. I was 20 years old when these two had met. Cage filed for divorce on November 25th of that year. It's been like 3 months. It's been like 3 months after they met. It was 3 months after they were married. And the divorce was finalized in 2004 in a 2003 interview with the Commercial Appeal. Presley had commented on reports that she and her ex are planning to remarry. She and her ex were planning to remarry. "Danny is my best friend. Always has been. Always will be. I love him unconditionally. Unconditionally, we are not together. It's not like that." Keough and Presley. Keough and Presley became closer again after Presley divorced Michael Jackson in 2005. In 2005, Danny Keough was a bass guitar player in Presley's band, and also served as her musical mentor. Presley still regarded him as a close friend, and he lived in a guest house on Presley's property. She described her relationship with the guy after they separated. I don't even know we managed to stay close. There's others that I had pain and or betrayal associated with that I won't have anything to do with. But he and I had a special fate, unconditional. January 22nd of '06, she married for a fourth time to Michael Lockwood. Yep, he too had been in some bands. Michael Lockwood, who was her guitarist, music producer, and director. Danny Keough served as a best man at the wedding. Danny was cool with. Danny already met Michael. They were cool. They were like best friends. Danny Keough served as the best man at the wedding, held in Japan. In March of '08, Presley announced that she was pregnant. That she was pregnant. Her husband was a first-time father. On October 7th of '08, Presley gave birth to fraternal twin girls, Harper Vivian Ann Lockwood and Finley Erin Love Lockwood, the Lockwood twins. That's right. That's Harper Lockwood and Finley Lockwood by a cesarean section of Los Robles Hospital and Medical Center in Thousand Oaks, California. The couple had a home in England, in Coast Manor, Rotherfield, East Sussex, where Presley enjoyed life out of the limelight. In 2016, Presley filed for divorce from Lockwood after 10 years marriage. In early 2017, the couple's children were placed in the temporary care of Priscilla Presley, Lisa Presley's mother. Priscilla Presley. Yeah, they were in the care of Priscilla Presley, Lisa Presley's mother, and Elvis's widow. After Presley made allegations of inappropriate images of children on Lockwood's personal computer in a divorce court filing challenging Lockwood's request for spousal support. Spousal support. The Beverly Hills Police Department investigated the allegations, examining over 80 electronic devices, and found no criminal activity and referred the matter no investigators in Tennessee. Later in that year, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigations, TBI, closed its investigation of the allegations made by Presley, citing no evidence of a crime. The divorce was finalized in 2021. Here's the Scientology here. There's Scientology. She, along with a friend and fellow Memphian and Scientologist Isaac Hayes, opened the LEAP in October of '97. It is run by Applied Scholastics, a group run by Scientologists. For her effort to help the children learn study skills, Presley received the Humanitarian Award from the Church of Scientology supported World Literacy Crusade on January 5th of 2002. Presley received her award from Isaac Hayes, Shaka Khan, Yolanda King, daughter of Martin Luther King Jr., who had passed away in 1968. He was killed in Tennessee. The WLC is regarded by the critics as a front group for the CS, Church of Scientology, CS. On September 26th of that same year, Presley addressed the U.S. congressional hearing in opposition to the use of medication in treating ADHD, stating that I have spoken to children who have been forced to take a cocaine like stimulant to control their behavior. I have shared their sense of sheer desperation. Children have been wrenched from their family's care simply because their parents favored an alternative drug free approach to addressing educational and behavioral problems. The psychotropic drugging of millions of children has to stop. Addressing the committee as is the ISCR for the CCHR, a group run by Scientologists. Presley expressed her view that the parents should be informed about the alternatives to drugs. So they may take so they may make not they not they may take they may make an informed choice about their child's educational and medical needs. In 2014, Presley left, though she had been experiencing growing discontent with the organization as far back in 2008. The estate of Elvis Presley. After Elvis's death in Graceland on August 16, 1977, his will appointed his father, Vernon Presley, executing trustee. The beneficiaries of the trust were Vernon who was Vernon, Elvis's grandmother, um, and Vernon's mother, Minnie Mae Presley, and Lisa Marie, whose inheritance was to be held in trust until her 25th birthday. After Vernon Presley's death in 1979, after Vernon Presley died in 1979, Elvis's former wife and widow, Priscilla Presley, was named as the three trustees. The three trustees. She was named one of the three trustees in his will. In his will, the others were the NBC, National Bank of Commerce in Memphis, and Joseph Hanks, who had been the accountant for the Presley family for years. With Minnie Mae Presley's death in 1980, Lisa Marie became the only surviving beneficiary. The beneficiary. In 93, Presley inherited her father's estate on her 25th birthday, which, thanks largely of the stewardship of her mother, had grown to an estimated $100 million. In 98, Presley became more closely involved in the management of the Elvis Presley Trust and its business entity, EPEI, and until February 2005, she was owner and chairman of the board. She was owner and chairman of the board, and she was sold when she sold like 85% of the estate's businesses holdings to CKX Incorporated, including Graceland itself and the property within it. Yep, Elvis through his daughter's eyes exhibit. In early 2012, Presley had opened a new exhibit, Elvis, through his daughter's eyes. It is included in the Graceland VIP tour and features 200 items assembled by Presley and the Graceland archive staff. This is killing me. This is killing me, man. It's too long for me to read. The personal exhibit looks at Presley's experience of growing up with a famous father. Home movies, toys, and rarely seen family mementos or among the items on display. Oh, this was taken in 1975. It's taken in late 1975. The aircraft Lisa Marie. It was named right after. It named right after Lisa Marie. Elvis had named one of his private aircrafts a converted Convair 880 jet that was named after Lisa Marie. He spent more than $1 million refurbishing it to use as his main transport while on tour. the Lisa Marie, and one of his other planes, Hound Dog 2. That's what they named it. You ain't nothing but a hound dog. That's what they named it at. Hound Dog 2. On the exhibit at Graceland on January 2015, both planes were for sale. But as of last year, they remained at Graceland on a permanent exhibit. We're going to her death uh this month. On January 12th, 2023, at around 10:30 a.m., Presley suffered cardiac arrest at home in Calabasas, California. Her heart was restarted after CPR was administered en route to West Hills Hospital in Los Angeles, but she died day later that day at the age of 54. Her last public appearance was 2 days before the 80th, before at the 80th Golden Globes Awards, the Golden Globe Awards, which she attended with her mother. Hundreds attended Presley's public memorial service, which was held at Graceland on January 22nd. It was over with. The memorial service was already done. I didn't get a chance to talk about it. I didn't get a chance to talk about it before I had to go do a live show based on the Prince Harry thing. January 22nd, and more than 1.5 million people watched the service by a live stream as well. Presley was interred in the Graceland Meditation Garden next to her son Benjamin and adjacent to her father Elvis. During memorial tribute at Graceland, Presley's daughter Riley Keough, husband Ben Smith Peterson, mentioned that he and Riley had a daughter in 2022. That's last year. Uh, yeah, they had a daughter in like a year ago. Among those in attendance, some of whom spoke and or paid musical tribute, including her mother Priscilla Presley, surviving children, family friend Jerry Schilling, a former Memphis mayor A.C. Wharton, Guns N' Roses lead singer Axl Rose, Smashing Pumpkins lead singer Billy Corgan, Sarah, the Duchess of York, gospel quartet, the what's the name? Let me rephrase. The Blackwood Brothers, who had to be American Southern Gospel Quartet. Singer Alanis Morissette, and both the director and the star of Elvis, Baz Luhrmann, and Austin Butler. Well, this is bad enough for me to read this crap every single week, but I had to. You know what? What? I'm about to end the stream, man. I'm about to go end the stream. Uh, stay tuned. Stay tuned for. I'm about to end the stream. Stay tuned for the birthday celebration of the guy who played George Jefferson on the Jeffersons, Sherman Hemsley. Stay tuned. Hang on. The birthday celebration of Sherman Hemsley is coming up next. Don't even turn your back on this stream. I'm gonna do a live show based on him coming up next and starting now. But I have to do it coming up next. We'll do this thing coming up next. Live on YouTube Studio.